Hello everyone, Debbie here. Welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to make some backgrounds using a gel plate and some inks, and yeah, just a bit of fun, and then we'll make up one into a card when it's all done. So I'm going to be using Card Deco inks. I'm going to be using sea blue, blueberry purple, grass green and red. So there is a huge variety of colours in these, but these are the ones that I'm going to use for this particular card. So let me show you how I have done these. So these are all the same colours, just done in different ways. So let me show you how I have done these. So I'll just pop those aside. So I've got the Couture Creations Gel press here. So as you can see, I've used it a bit. It's a bit stained, but it still works. So these are really great. So we're using that to start with. And I'm using a brayer. So this is the brayer that I'm using. So it's nice. It's not soft, but it's really good for what we're going to use this for. So if you want any of these products, you just need to search a stockist near you for Couture Creations items. If you're in Australia, I get mine from Image Plus Scrapbook Superstore. I will add that link in the description. And just for the record, I do not get any monetary gain from using these products. If I like them, I use them. Simple as that. So to start off with, I'm just going to use this craft mat because I don't want to get my cutting mat stained. So, and these are great because they just wipe up anything you get on them, just wipes off. Alrighty, so to start off with, we'll do the separate one first. So I'm going to start off with blueberry purple because I'm going to put that one in the middle. So I'm just going to put a bit on the brayer. When you're putting it on the brayer, go from the top to the bottom, lift top to bottom. Don't go back and forth because you're only going to get it on one spot. But by doing it like that, you get it covered. Then we're going to brayer that down the centre and just keep smoothing it over until you've got a nice, smooth, even coverage. Doesn't look a huge amount on here, but it's actually quite surprising when you lift it off. Now I'm just cleaning off my brayer for the next colour. So the next colour I'm going to use, I'll just pop the lid on that, is grass green. So again, just put some ink on it, and I'm going to start at the edge and work my way into the purple, like so. Doesn't matter if it overlaps a bit. Okay, now I'm going to clean that off. Just dry that off. And then I'm going to turn my gel plate around. And this time we're going to use sea blue. So again, pop some ink on there. And again, starting on the edge and work my way to the purple. So it gives a nice smooth coverage. And I'll just wipe that off. I just like to wipe it off while it's still wet. That way it keeps the brayer nice and clean. If you build up too much stuff on there, it goes really tacky and it's really hard to clean. Okay, so now we'll just do a lift on that. So I'll just pop the card on there and give it a rub. Now what I've done here is I've actually got a die cutting plate, so it's a brand new one. I don't want any marks on it, otherwise it will mark the gel plate. But I'll show you the advantages of using that one with the next card. I'll lift it off, and there's one background. So now I'm going to use those exact same colours again. So I'm putting blueberry purple in the centre. Whoops. I'll just brayer that on. Here we go. And I'll just wipe that off. This is just to show you how the same colours can give you different effects. Now I'm going to go for the grass green, and I'll brayer that one on to the centre. Turn the gel plate around, clean that off. And now we'll do the sea blue. So once you've created these backgrounds, you can add die cuts or stamping or anything to them. And now we'll just pop the blue on. Okay, I'll just clean that off. So now what I'm going to do this time is I've got just a water bottle here with some water in it, a spray bottle, and I'm just going to give that a light spray. I'm going to put a piece of paper on my mat, and this is why I like using the cutting plate, because when we do this we can watch what's happening. So I'm just going to line that up there, put it down and give it a press. Make sure it's pressed all over. Give it a bit of a rub. Peel it off. And look at that. So you can see there, same thing, one with water, one without. So that gives you two ways to use that. Now I'm going to clean off my gel plate. And this time, I'll do it differently. So this time we're going to start off with, so I'm going to put again purple in the middle. So I'm going to put it in the middle of the brayer this time. So I'll get some of that on there. Then I'm going to put some green on the other side, on the right hand side of the purple. And then we'll do the sea blue on the left hand side. And now we're going to just brayer all of that onto the gel plate. So I'm just going to go back and forth a bit, covering it till it's all covered. Clean off the brayer. And now with this one, I'm going to use the red ink. So I'll just pop a bit on my craft mat. I'll give it a spritz. And using a fan brush, I'm going to splatter some of the red over that. Just clean my brush off. And then I'll just wipe this up so I don't put anything into that. Now we'll get the next card. And we'll turn it over and press onto the cardstock. With these, you will never get the same thing twice. So if you get something and you really like it, it doesn't matter how much you try, you will not recreate it. Okay, we'll just give that a rub. And there you go, there's that one. So if you compare that to the one I've done earlier, I mean, they're very similar, but they're very different too. So you'll never get the same lift twice. So now, so I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to do the purple in the middle. The blue on one side. And the green on the other side. And I'm just going to brayer that onto the plate again. Just sort of moving it side to side to blend the colours a bit. I'll just clean that off. Now this time, I'm just going to spritz it with the water. Get my paper towel back in, put my card down, and press it on. Give it a good press. Give it a bit of a rub and peel it off. And there's that one. So if I put these two together, you can see the difference with using water to using the red watered down ink and splattered on. So they're very different, even though the same colours have been used. Now, I dropped the ink on that one before, but there we go. So all the same colours, done different ways, will give you different results. So now I'll just pop those aside to dry. I'll just clean off my gel plate. Now, if you want to, when you're doing this, you can always keep your wipes because they will often end up really pretty to use on projects. I'll just clean that off. All right, we'll just pop the gel plate aside now. Okay, so now we're going to turn this one into a card. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to wipe my hands because as you can see, I've got a lot of ink on them and I really don't want to be transferring that to my work. So I'll take off whatever will come off. There we go. Now, my stamp press. Where did I sit it? Here it is. So now, actually I can move that out of the way so it's not so slippery. So using my stamp press, we're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to use Lavinia stamps, Seasonal Tree, Fairy Chain, and Mia. So let's pop the card in here. Now I've just got to work out which way I want the top and the bottom. I think I'll have it that way. Just pop some magnets on here. And I'm going to start with the Fairy Chain. So I want that one about there. Okay, so we'll just pick that up. And for stamping, I'm going to be using this one. So this is a Couture Creations Matte Jet Black ink. So I'll just ink up the stamp. stamp that onto the card. Remember, when you're doing this, allow time for the ink to soak into the stamp. Don't just push and lift. Give it time to soak in. There we go. Now I'll just clean that off. I always clean things off as I go, then I don't have a big job afterwards. So that one goes in there. And now I'm going to use the seasonal tree. You can always use your acetate to work out exactly where you want things stamped. So I can see that by placing it there, that's about how it's going to look when it's stamped. So if you do that, sit your stamp on top, then, whoops, straighten it up again. Pick up the stamp, then remove your acetate, and you know then that that's going to stamp where you want it. So I'm just going to move my magnets a bit, and that should still be okay. So I'll ink it up again. There we go. And stamp that on. Give it a good press. And there it is. I'll just clean off my stamp. And pop that one away. And now we'll do Mia. So she's going to be overlooking what's going on. So we'll just pop her there. Ink her up. And stamp her into place. I've missed just a little tiny bit there, so I'm just going to re-ink that a little bit and re-stamp. That's got it. Right, let's clean that off. Okay, pop her away. Alrighty, so that is my stamping done. I'll just pop that away. I'll find some room here. Now, I need some paper. Oh, actually, this will do. My craft mat again will do. So using the blueberry purple, I've got a blueberry purple brush here. I'm just going to put some ink onto the brush. Just tap off, I don't want it too dark. I'm just going to gently go around the edge with that purple. Like so. So I'll just do that all the way around. While I'm doing this, I'll just let you know that I have a couple of Facebook groups. One's called Cardmaking for Beginners and Beyond. The other is called Barossa Valley Crafts. I will add the links in the description. If you'd like to join, you're more than welcome. Here we go. There's questions to answer to join, but easy enough to do. Now, hang on, I've just got to get another ink. Right. So now I'm going to be using VersaFine Clear Twilight. I'm going to get a piece of paper. Just get a bit of this, that will do. And I'm just going to tear it a bit, just to make some grounding. So I'm going to pop this here, put some ink onto my brush, and I'm just going to gently flick it down, and that will give me some ground. Maybe I'll make it a bit more darker, just pop a bit more on there. Here we go. And I might do some hills, so I'm just going to do a bit more here just to put some hills in the background. Just do that again. Here we go. So now you can just see some hills in the background, and we might just do one more lot of hills over here. Just to make a bit of scenery. Here we go. So easy to do. Now we'll put it all together. So I've got a base card and a matte card. So I'll just get my glue. Take that bit off, open it up. So this is a quick dry adhesive, so I'll just pop that onto there and put this on the base card. Try and get it as centered as I can. Look at my nails all full of ink and paint. The joys of crafting. Okay, now this one will go onto there. There we go. Give that a press. And now I'm just going to add a bit of bling. So I've got some liquid pearl drops here, so I'm just going to use those. So I might get some gold ones. I'll just make some little starry bits. I'll just squeeze it gently so that I can get an even pressure when I'm doing all my little dots. So these can be little stars. So I'll just dot them throughout the sky. It's probably enough. And I mean, you can keep on going and decorate as much or as little as you like. I don't think I want to do any more than that, or it might be too much. But how is that to get so many or such different backgrounds from using the same colours but putting them on a different way? So here's some that I did as well. So these were using different colours. This particular one I used a Christmas red, a yellow green, deep sea blue, and then I did a splatter with the red ink, and that's how that one turned out. And this one I've used Christmas red, sea blue and yellow green, and then I've splattered with water. So just experiment. If you've got the inks, just experiment with the different colours and applying it to your gel plate and see how you go. If you haven't got a gel plate, I'll quickly show you another way you can do this. I'll just get my mat again. Let's see if I've got a scrap bit of card here somewhere. Here we go. I'll just trim this bit of card up, and I'll show you another way you can apply the ink if you don't happen to have a gel plate. So I'll just wipe that off, dry it off. So I'll use the same colours just so you can see. So I've got some purple, some of the sea blue, and grass green, then just spritz it with water, and then just dip your card into it, and just keep dipping it until you've got the effect that you'd like. Here we go. So there's another easy way to make a background if you do not happen to have a gel plate. And then once that's dry, you can then stamp and do things with that as well. So look, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please do give me the thumbs up. And if you'd like to join me in my Facebook groups, please do. And thank you for joining me, and we'll see you all again soon. There we go, there's my cards again. Thank you for joining me. Bye.